Ladies and gentlemen, the last time you saw me on this YouTube channel, I literally had my fingers crossed. That is the last frame of the last video, and I told you guys, say your prayers, sacrifice a lamb, do something, right? Cross your fingers as well, for God's sake, at least. Apparently no one crossed their fingers because Bitcoin rejected. Right, we rejected from the $102,000 resistance level. Obviously, I'm just playing around here, but we did see a rejection from that critical level. I'll discuss that rejection today. I'll discuss the implications it has on Bitcoin, because the implications could be very major if we don't reverse here quite soon. Some damage has been done here for sure. Now, don't get me wrong, we're still in a bull market. The macro structure's still alive. We've still got support here, but we've certainly, it's raising some eyebrows. So we'll discuss all of this today, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into it, check out the BitGet and Bit2Nix exchanges here. Bit2Nix is global, non-KYC. BitGet is global, KYC minus the USA. So everywhere but the USA, you can sign up to BitGet, and everywhere in the world, full stop, you can sign up to Bit2Nix. Now, these are both very good exchanges. I use them both personally. BitGet is in the top 5 of trading volume consistently. Bit2Nix is climbing steadily. Again, 15% trading fee discounts with my referral links down below exclusively. You're not going to get that anywhere else. So use my referral links to sign up. You'll get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life. You're trusting exchanges with your money. You're trusting them to keep the money safe, and you're also paying the money and fees. So you better be on a bloody good one, and these ones are good ones. So use my links down below to sign up. Let's get into the content. Guys, I don't like fractals. I say it time and time again on the channel. I don't like fractals that much. Because I think they're an unreliable form of analysis, but it was undeniable, and it still is undeniable to a certain extent, that Bitcoin was, until yesterday, copying a direct kind of pattern from this time last year. Okay, so from this pink circle, it looks exactly the same as what it looks like over here in this current price action, and we can validate that. If you just take a bar pattern, excuse that line right there, we take a bar pattern, we measure this out. We copy from around here in late November 2023 to around here in February 2024. In fact, we'll go a little bit further than that. We take that exact pattern, right, as a frame of reference, and we just overlay it on top of the current price action. We can see just a ludicrous level of similarities here. It's undeniable, right? That pattern was playing out. We were seeing the exact same pattern of human emotion, sprawled out on the chart, playing out that we saw during this period of time in late 2023, which of course led to a rally and break into all-time highs. So there was a big hope there, and that's why I was saying fingers crossed. I was saying let's hope that fractal remains, let's hope we go upwards like we did last time. Unfortunately, it looks like that fractal's broken now. Okay, we certainly didn't see a big drop like we've seen in the last 24 to 48 hours in this fractal right here. So that fractal's broken. That's unfortunate. That was a very good thing. All fractals come to an end eventually. Unfortunately, this one came to an end before we even saw the breakout. So it played out perfectly during the consolidation, but before we could see the breakout to the upside, it stopped working. Now, why exactly did it stop working? Well, it stopped working in my view because the short term was stronger than the fractal itself. And this is something we've discussed for weeks on end now. This is not new. It's not a new thing. We're not surprised by this at all, really. We know that 102,000 is the big rejection level. We know that that was the level that Bitcoin needed to get above in order to actually be bullish again, right? And literally, I've said this word for actually weeks, like all the way back into deep December, right? Early December, I've been saying 102,000 is the level Bitcoin needs to break. And the simple reason for that, if you don't already know, is basically we can divide this range on Bitcoin into two separate sections. Section 1 right here and Section 2 right here. Now, Section 1 I would kind of qualify as a pattern of exhaustion, grinding to the upside with descending volume in that upwards trend, eventually leading to a breakdown. When did that breakdown occur? And more specifically, where did that breakdown occur? Well, the breakdown occurred upon a breakdown from 102,000. And you can see that very clearly. 102,000 acting as resistance right here, acting as a foundational support for our final pinnacle up to all-time highs. And then once we broke 102,000, we saw a resistance support flip off of that level and rejected downwards into phase 2 of this region, which is the accumulation phase. And we said that basically in order for Bitcoin to be bullish again, in order for Bitcoin to attack all-time highs again, it needs to break that breakdown level at 102,000. And so we approached 102,000 yesterday. And unfortunately, my finger crossing and me asking you guys to say your prayers wasn't enough, as Bitcoin brutally rejected down from it. Now, nothing's really changed here. It might sound weird to say that. I know the fractal's broken. That's not, ideal. I mean, ideally the fractal played out and we were a bit all-time highs by, tomorrow. The fractal's broken, but all in all, if we look at the foundational supports Bitcoin has on things like the weekly chart, we look at the macro structure, we look at the 4-year cycle, we look at all these things. We look at for example, this line right here, which stems back from the 2021 all-time highs, comes right through and very clearly acts as the support zone right here. We look at the Gaussian channel, which is very, very far away. Weekly chart Gaussian channel, of course, being one of the definitive indicators that marks the end of bull markets and the end of bear markets. We're nowhere near breaking down below that. And if we look at indicators that traditionally mark the Bitcoin top in bull markets, like the monthly chart RSI having a descending resistance line, we have not reached that level. So by all indications, the top is not in. This is not necessarily a fatal situation for the entire bull market at all. It's just a short-term setback. So there's no structural macro breakdown. There's no real reason to be running for the hills and getting on the bearish bandwagons here. Nothing's really happened on a macro scale. It is just a short-term price action thing. It's concerning, we hope it doesn't track any further. But right now, there's really no reason to think it will track much further. And the reason is because all the evidence still kind of suggests that the bottom was at 91K at the moment. For example, the S&P 500 bottoming out on that bull market support band right here, just a few days ago. The last time it did that was in September, on September 9th specifically. We know what happened on September 9th for Bitcoin. September 9th for Bitcoin, well, it was right here on the very last trough before breaching to the upside and almost doubling in price. Okay, so that's a very good sign. We know that Bitcoin, I won't go into this too much because it'll just take too long, and I've discussed it so many times in the last couple of weeks, but we know that Bitcoin is pretty much copying 2021 in terms of structure right now. This move right here in 2020 and 2021 is relative to this current move we're seeing right now. We can validate that through a few methods, one of them being the distance between the prior all-time high and the start of that move being 1,100 days on both occasions, one of them being just the 4-year cycle itself and the cyclical trends, one of them being the fact that Bitcoin dominance started decreasing during that move in 2020 and 2021. It's happening exact same. This time, Bitcoin dominance starting to decrease and altcoin season starting to begin. So I'm not really too concerned at the macro at this stage. When would I start to get concerned? I would start to get concerned about the macro if this yellow line right here broke. To me, this is a very clear breach to the upside and resistance support flip at this moment. Now, if that level broke and we broke downwards, then we can start to get concerned. Then we can start to take this very seriously. But at the moment, this is just a short-term setback. I still stand by the fact that 102,000, in fact, more than ever, I stand by it because this recent rejection is validation of the critical nature of that zone. So I still stand by the fact that in order for you to be short-term bullish, in order for Bitcoin to have any real chance of getting to all-time highs, it definitely needs to break that red level at 102,000. That is absolutely the 100% certainty right now. That if I'm certain of anything, that's what I'm certain about. That level right there is the critical breaker zone. Until we get above that zone, we are inherently in danger because we are, of course, seeing a rejection. We are likely to see a retest of support. Now, where is that support exactly? That support exactly is around that $91,000 to $92,000 region, which of course is basically where this yellow line is right here. That yellow line is stemming again at around that $91,000 to $92,000 region. So there's really not much I can say about short term right now other than we need to bloody hold that level. If we don't, the bull market's not necessarily over. It will take a bit more than that to invalidate the bull market, but that's where I certainly start to get actually concerned. Right now, I'm not. So fingers crossed, guys. I'm not going to try and do any 5-minute chart analysis of this recent move downwards. I'm just going to let it progress. I don't feel the need to waste your time, and I don't feel the need to I guess what would be the word, confuse the message of this video by looking into the 5-minute chart and trying to predict exactly to the $100 price region of where this bottom might be. There's no need in doing that. All I will say is right now, what I'm seeing on the very short-term charts is patterns of exhaustion, and there is hope here that we swing back to the upside. So I don't see the situation as completely critical yet. Again, if we break down below that 91K, 92K level, that's when we start to get very concerned. But as of right now, I do see this as a potential higher low before swinging back to the upside. Once again, I will end this video with crossed fingers. I'm not definitively bullish or bearish in the short term here at all. I'm simply neutral, waiting to see what happens, and that's how I've been the entire time, really. Until 102K breaks, I don't see a reason to be overly bullish. And similarly, until something like 91K breaks, I don't really see a reason to be overly pessimistic either. So fingers crossed, guys. Again, sacrifice the bloody lamb. Don't do that. It's cruel. But do whatever you want, right? Pray, whatever. If you cross your fingers with me, just send good vibes towards the market, and hopefully it will reciprocate. I will obviously keep you updated on the situation here. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the exchanges, the BitGet and Bitunix exchanges. I handpicked these myself. They did not reach out to me for partnership. I reached out to them. I've been advertising Bitunix for over a year now, and I've been advertising BitGet for, close to 3 years at this point. So I've been with these exchanges for a long time. They don't pay me anything. I get paid via the affiliate links, via the discounts that you're getting. So you gain, I gain. That's how it works. Get on a good exchange. There's no bias here. I picked these myself. So that's all I can say. The links are down below. Check them out. And the last thing I'll mention is the VIP group on Telegram. If you want altcoin trading signals posted by myself 4 times a week with 3 years of trading data in a PDF document that you can view before you sign up, go get it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you soon.